Welcome everybody to Catfish Weekly. Today we are at Bass & More in downtown Owensboro, Kentucky with Aaron Wheatley and Chuck Davison. I'm Lyle Stokes and welcome to the show. Aaron Wheatley, you got it going on, buddy. Monsters on the Ohio 2015. What a deal.
Yep, I think it's going to be one for the record books, Lyle. I think it's something that we've all been looking for a long time.
Right now, how many boats do you have paid up to get in the tournament?
I have 149 boats paid up right now.
149 boats. That's a heck of a number. Beat your previous years by somewhat.
Yep, 143 last year, 149 this year. And I know I've talked with 15, 20 people that are coming. So I'm going to go ahead and say 165 to 180 is what we're going to expect. We are ready for it. Bring it. Don't sing it. I got a great team. I got a great town. I got a great bunch of sponsors that we can handle it.
You got the best of the best going on down here, and everybody's just thrilled to be here. I seen one guy's a little upset about his motel room, and I haven't seen a frown on another person's face since we got here.
And that's always a good thing,
Yeah.
Owensboro, Kentucky is the #1 sports town in the state of Kentucky. We're not the biggest, we're not the baddest, but we are the #1 sports town in Kentucky. They can't take that from us, and the people in this town will prove that if you give them a chance.
Well, I'll tell you what, you got the catfish stuff going on, and Monsters Ohio is the biggest tournament in the state, maybe the nation, and it is so well run, and everybody's just thrilled to be down here. I don't know what to tell you. The rest of us involved that fishes the tournament and come down here to be around it, there's nothing we can do or say to make you understand how much we appreciate what you do for our sport.
I understand that. I hear it from not only you or Chuck, but I hear it from a lot of guys. And me, it's kind of hard for me to get used to that. I don't like to be in the spotlight. That's not what I'm about. But a lot of people give me a lot of credit, and there's a lot of other people out there that deserve that credit too, but we as a family here at Monsters on Ohio, we understand how much this means to the catfishing community. And we're just wanting to show them that it means just that much to us also,
Well, he's done good. You want to visit with him a little, Chuck?
Yeah. What do you think some of these guys are waiting on that haven't registered yet? Do you think they want to do a little pre-fishing, see if they can find some fish first?
Yeah, Chuck, you know how that goes, man. You fish tournaments, I fish tournaments. Some of these guys, if they ain't catching nothing, they're going to the house. They don't understand it only takes about 5 seconds for everything to change.
Right, and every day is different, and it can turn on like a light switch. It only takes an hour to to get enough fish in the boat to win this thing.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
A lot of guys find reasons not to fish. Not me. I'm fishing. It don't matter if I call them the day before, the day of. I'm gonna grind to the last second. I'm not gonna give up. It don't matter. It's challenging sometimes. Sometimes you're lucky enough to land right on top of them, and you start the morning off right, and you're in a good mood. But how are you going to act when you ain't caught a fish at 1 o'clock in the afternoon? You just going to give up and go to the house, or you going to keep grinding? And there's a lot of guys in this tournament. I guarantee you're going to keep grinding. They're not going nowhere.
Right.
Well, you get guys coming from 15, 20 states from 600 or 800 miles at a time. They're not gonna give up till the last fish is caught.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, man. I kind of put a post on Facebook the other day. How far are you driving? And I seen 7 or 8 guys that were coming from over 700 miles away. It's like, really, for a catfishing tournament.
That's right.
I mean, it really means. And every year, about a month before the tournament, I start to drag a little bit, and I'm like, man, do I even want to do this anymore? But then you start feeling the love off Facebook, and you start feeling the love off Catfish Weekly, and it kind of changes your whole perspective. People build confidence in you, and that makes you feel better about yourself, and it makes you know that you're doing the right thing.
Absolutely. Well, Aaron, again, we appreciate everything you do, and we are all looking forward to getting out on that water and jumping in there and doing what we can do. I know there's been some pretty good fish caught down here in the last few days.
Yeah, there has been. I've been telling people, it's been a good year for me around here.
Yeah.
I can't say that it's the regulations in particular, but I think that's part of the issue. And with Indiana and Illinois doing what they've done, it's only going to continue to get better. Will the Ohio River ever be the Tennessee River or the Mississippi River or the Potomac or the James? No. But can the Ohio River be comparable to those? Absolutely. Those fish are in here just like they are anywhere else. There's just not as many of them right now. But
they're coming.
With the regs changing, if I'm lucky enough to live 10 more years, there's no telling what guys are going to be bringing into the scales at Monsters 16.
Yep, I agree.
Right, and we've seen no net markers since we've been here. We've seen one family on the pontoon that threw out a few noodles, but I have seen no evidence, no commercial fishing, period, going each way up or down the river.
These regs have really slowed that down, especially up on this end. Now you get down around Kentucky and Barkley Lake, that's a total different story. Commercial fishing is big money down there, up on this end. There's pretty much one guy that commercial fishes the Ohio River and the Green Rivers around here. And he's pretty much one of the top dogs. So everybody thought, once the 4 over 40 moved from Cannleton down, that my pool, the Newburgh pool, would be the first one to get pounded. But that's not what happened. I think this dude has said, look, y'all can go somewhere, but you ain't coming here. And one commercial guy with regulated waters, as much water as there is down in this pool, I don't see him doing major damage, especially now with the regs, especially now that even though it's 4 over 40, still that's better than a boatload over 40 a day.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a starting point. And I will promise you this: what happened in Kentucky opened the door in Indiana and Illinois. Because if Kentucky would have said, look, like they were getting ready to say in the first meeting, they said, this is nonsense. Why are we even looking at this? If it would have been left at that, nothing would have been done in Indiana. Nothing would have been done in Illinois. And we'd still be fighting the same fight. So we got it started. It's not exactly what we want. But I see in the near future a uniform 1 over 35 all the way up and down the Ohio River. And then, that's what we want.
And I think that's just beginning. I think you're going to see it go up and down the Mississippi and the Missouri.
Right.
And all these places that we need these regulations so desperately.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Chuck's from Alabama, and I'll tell you right now, if any chance I got, I'm running to Alabama. I'm running to Tennessee, because that 1 over 35 is being installed in there long enough that you're seeing the effects already.
That's right.
You're seeing those fish come out of there time after time after time. And hopefully 10 years from now, the Ohio River, you're going to see the same thing.
Correct. When you everybody knows when you get on big fish, usually all the big fish hang out together. And when you get these regulations that you're going to have 4 over 40, after they get those 4 fish, they cut it off. Used to they could get on them big fish and just wipe out a whole little small area of the river. But now, that's going to be going away.
Yep.
And we've caught some good fish since we've been here, and we marked some good fish.
Right.
It seems like it's going to be getting a lot better.
Yeah, I do believe that. If we get the fishing up to the way the tournaments run, Lord have mercy, we better find us another parking lot somewhere, But we got it. We're ready. We're looking. I'm thinking 100, like I said, 65, 180 boats. We're ready. Bring it. Let's do it. Let's enjoy ourselves. Let's have a good time. Let's treat each other with respect, be it in the live well line, coming out of the water line. Just, let's be respectful to each other. Let's just have a great time. We want you to have a great time. That's the only reason we do this.
We've already had a good time. We ain't caught a fish, ain't wet a line, and I've had a blast.
Well, that's that. A lot of guys,
they don't look at it right, do they?
I really do want to talk about that for a minute. A lot of guys say, well, we're not going there because the fishing ain't good. There's more to a tournament than the fishing.
There is.
There's a lot more to the tournament than the fishing. I mean, if I was blessed enough to have the team I have and live in Alabama, what could we do?
Oh, wow.
If I had a town down there that had a boat ramp like I got here, what would we do in Alabama, Tennessee, Missouri? I mean, you're going to see, because George Young's getting ready to bring one to Memphis. And the fishing's good down there, so
Yes,
we'll see.
is.
we'll see, you know, and you know it's going to be well ran. You got Bill Advanced Productions in behind it. It's got to be well ran, you
That's
know.
right.
So we shall see. But tournament fishing, there's more to it than just catching big fish. You know,
There is.
there's a lot more to it. If you do things right, people will respect you for what you do, and not so much the fish. And I'm not saying people just come here for my respect level. We do have good fish here, but it could be better. And if it was better, it would be really crazy.
Oh yeah.
It'd be really.
Yeah.
If people were pulling out 80 and 90 pounders, people would be going nuts.
Chuck, I've been coming down here 3 years. You've been coming down here 2, right?
Right.
And we've seen it grow from 130 something to where we're at now. What are you looking at 5 years from now? What do you think? The way things have grown in the last 5 years.
Well, I'll say Aaron's probably gonna have to put a 200 boat limit on it, because a lot of places, 200, and that's when the prize money's going to be able to go up. The entry fees can go up a little bit to make the prize money go up. Guys aren't going to mind paying another $50, $100 a boat to come fish a tournament, of this magnitude, that going to be able to, bring home a $25,000 check. If there's more sponsors getting behind it now. The sponsor money will be added to it. The entry money will be added to it. And, I just think, any tournament shouldn't be able to get over 200 boats.
Aaron?
That right there is going to make people want to sign up earlier.
Right.
And then
You sign up much earlier, you won't let me.
No.
So
you sign them much earlier.
you got the 200 boats that sign up. Aaron knows exactly what he's got to work with ahead of time, instead of saying he don't know how many there going to be. That's where I see it going, a 200 boat cutoff.
It's an outstanding event. Aaron, I would like to visit with you just a second about some of these great sponsors you got. Would you mind going over some of them for us?
Yeah, the list is very long, and it's so long it's hard for me to keep up with. You got your big national sponsors like Sea Arc Boats. We got a $9,500 certificate sitting in my office right now that's going to go to someone just for fishing. Sea Arc doesn't do that for anybody but themselves. So just to have that says, man, that's a lot. And Academy Sports has come on. They're bringing in their lead sales rep to the tournament out of Texas, is flying in here, going to be at the captain meeting, going to be at the show just to check out. I mean, they actually offered me more money and I turned it down because I told them, it's not about the money. Not really. It's not about the money. I'm glad you guys support me. So they're sending their lady up here that's the head of all that, Mashari Hogan, and then just the local sponsors, Bass and Moore, BC Wheel and Tire, Rayburn Tire. I can go on and on and on and on and on. Owensboro Appliance Parts, Roberts Asphalt, Imperial Lawn, Seed and Fertilize. The one good thing is most of these local companies that have sponsored me are my friends. They're my team members. They're my family. I don't have to go and knock on their door and say, hey, are you wanting to give money this year? I get a phone call, come pick your money up, and having the big sponsors is awesome, but having the community support that I have, I don't know that other tournaments do that, and getting that community money in there draws the complete entire community into the event. And this is not Aaron Wheatley's event. This is the City of Owensboro's event now. And you can see it in the way they set the park up and how they got us going to the sports center now, how they're going to feed 350 people. That's big bills that the city and the county are taking care of. And if you're going to start a tournament out there, I know it's good having big national sponsors, but I would go straight to my city and I would work on the tourism commission and I would work on the city itself. And then I would get out with my friends that own businesses and I would talk with my friends, because $200 or $300 here, there adds up,
It does.
Yes, it does. Absolutely.
Well, the community support that you have is far superior to anything I have ever seen in the catfishing.
Yeah, we're kind of like that about anything we do here in Owensboro. It's the town really tries to back Owensboro originated things. You know, that's why you're seeing the downtown grow. Next year, you'll see a bluegrass museum down there that's going to draw more people into Owensboro, you know. And with the way catfishing is growing, I mean, I got 149 boats right now, and I bet you 60 of those boats are brand new boats that ain't never been here before, you know.
That's awesome.
They're just new guys coming into the sport. They're like, you know, I talked to a gentleman today. He said, I was talking to a couple of my buddies, and he said, if you're ever going to go fish a catfishing tournament, you want to get broke in, go to Monsters on the Ohio.
It'll spoil you.
That comes from so many people's mouth, you know, and it's spreading like wildfire. We have twice as many people from the state of Kentucky this year as we had in the previous years. Well, why is that? It's spreading across the state, not only across Kentucky, but it's spreading across the nation. That if it's done right and the money's there, the guys are going to come.
Absolutely.
You know.
What else you got for him, Chuck?
What do you think's going to be the winning tub on Saturday?
You know, I'm not real good at this, Chuck, because I've been swearing for 50 years, well, for 5 years now, that somebody's going to catch a fish over 60 pounds. And I've been promising somebody's going to come in here with over 130-pound tub.
Well, it's been very competitive because, you know, the front's coming in like last year. This one don't look nowhere near as deep.
Right,
So,
right.
but, you know, everybody's got the same conditions.
Yeah.
You know, nobody can take their boat far enough to get into, you know, different conditions.
Right,
So
no.
it don't matter if the big fish is, you know, 70 or 50. 50 is a big fish.
50's a big fish.
So, you know, with a 36 inch or 35 inch,
35
inch now. So they can be 2 blues per boat over 35 and 2 flatheads.
Yep.
And a kicker. So the real challenge is to be able to get 2 over 35 of each species.
Yeah, that is definitely the challenge, you know, that for sure. I mean, if I was guessing, I'm gonna say 100 mid-20s is gonna win it because of the regs.
Yeah.
And somebody's gonna break the 60-pound mark this year. I've seen too many good fish caught in this river
Right.
for it not to happen, and there's guys running long ways to get there.
It's going to happen if you know, if they hadn't been sore lipped already.
You know, the 70, 80-pound potential is out there. We've seen videos last year of guys that caught 75-pounders, 80-pounders the day before the tournament.
Mhm.
Don't think they ain't there, because they are.
Yeah.
You know, I put 3 fish in the 70s in the boat around Owensboro this year. They're there. You know, they're there. Can you get them to bite? Can you land on top of their head? That's a trick some of us can do and some of us can't, you know.
And on a given day.
On a given day, exactly. You know, so like I said, all I can tell you is, man, get out there and just fight. Don't give up till the last 10 seconds when they say time's up. You know, reel them bad boys in and come in and show off what you got, because I promise you, we're going to have the biggest crowd. That we're not only going to have the most boats, we're going to have the biggest crowd you've ever seen. It's going to be a pretty day. I mean, you look what we had last year in the rain and the cold.
And it was still a big crowd.
And it was still a big crowd. Well, now we've pulled in twice as many boats from Kentucky, which means a lot of those folks are going to be making their way to Owensboro to watch this weigh in. And we've done so much advertising on the radio and the newspapers and magazines, and the city puts out press releases and the county puts out press releases. The news teams will be there. It's in the 6th year. People know about it. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, if I have to, I'm gonna bring me some red worms or some chicken livers, because I'm gonna at least weigh me in a 1 pound channel cat if I don't catch nothing, because I want to be in front of that stage.
Yep.
Saturday.
Yep, that's a big deal. It
Well, now,
absolutely is a big
if you
deal.
will grab some of that stuff that Jason Malone just come over here and opened up beside me,
Right.
you'll have that channel cat bait with you. Bless his heart.
I just thought he forgot the bag.
You know, I hope it's a good year. I hope guys catch fish.
Oh yeah.
You know, I hope we see some big fish. The bigger the fish, the better this thing's going to get, because once people start coming down here because there's big fish here, we've got this thing whipped.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's all we
exactly
need,
right.
you know. So, gentlemen, thank you so much.
Yep.
It's been a pleasure.
Aaron,
Thank
for
you.
everything you do. We'll see you tomorrow at
Yep.
the meeting.
You will
and,
see me
Saturday
tomorrow at the
morning.
meeting. We're gonna meet you. We're gonna feed you, and we're gonna send you off with a smile on your face. We got a bunch of stuff to give away at the tournament, at the captain's meeting. So we're gonna go meeting first. Hopefully, we'll get everybody in their seats at 5 o'clock. Hopefully, then we're gonna go. Hopefully, the meeting will last about an hour. We got Judge Executive Al Magley coming in. We got Lock Master Tony Barron coming in for anybody that's got questions on the locks. Of course, we got Drew Hardesty, aka the bearded servant, who goes over the parking with everybody up on the big screen. And then I'll get up and go over the rules and answer any questions that anyone has. Hopefully, we can do that in an hour. Then we got Roy Henry Boogaloo Barbecue coming in. He's going to set up a catered meal for us guys. Hopefully, we can get that over in an hour and 15 minutes. So you're looking at 7 o'clock, 7:15, something like that. We're going to give a lot of the gifts away at the end of the meal. We hope to have you out of there by 8 o'clock, 8:30 at the latest. If you don't want to eat and you don't want to win free gifts, when the captain's meeting is over, you can leave, but you have to be there for the captain's meeting. Everything else is just an extra bonus, And some guys will leave, because I know some guys want to get back, retie their reels and retie their rigs and get everything ready, and they want to get a little sleep. And that's why we're going to try to do the meeting first, get that out of the way. And then if you need to go, or you don't like barbecue, you like pizza, well, you can go to Pizza Hut and get you some pizza on the way back to the motel room. We're going to be chowing down on some Roy Henry Boogaloo.
Yeah, I'm going to be in on some of that.
And it's free.
Yeah, I like it.
All right.
Aaron, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, that was Aaron Wheatley with Monsters on the Ohio. Another great event. He's got a great crowd coming. It's going to be a super tournament. The weather's actually getting a little better, so looks like we're going to have a good time. Jim, have you got a second to visit with us? We're good. Jim with Bass and More in beautiful Owensboro, Kentucky. We're down here talking about the Monsters on the Ohio. Thank you for letting us use your shop again this year. I'm just can't believe all the difference of stuff that you've got in here. You've really grown it for the catfishing industry since we was here last.
Yeah, we have increased on our catfish inventory, and it's mainly because I'm learning more about it because of you guys.
That's awesome.
And I learn a little bit more about it every day. I think it's well known. I'm not a catfisherman.
Yep.
My son is, and you guys we're learning a lot from you. Every day or every time we have one of these tournaments, y'all come in and we learn about some new tackle or something like that, that we need to get in here, and that's what we try to do.
I know
they're all from you guys.
I know from experience, when I called you up last week and said, hey, do you have any big river hooks for me to back bounce with if there's enough current? You said no. Called me 2 days later, you got them in.
Sure.
And you can't beat service like that anywhere in the world. If you tell Jim that you need something, he'll do whatever he can to get it in here. And if you're coming to Monsters on the Ohio, he will have what you need when you get here. Bait situation.
It is a struggle this year, and everyone is struggling with bait this year that I know of. We have been on the phone, on Facebook and everything else with suppliers and stuff, trying to get the bait in. Right now, I feel pretty good about everything that everyone has reserved. We're starting to get a few fishermen in that's walking through the door now that are, they're asking for the bait, and I'm trying to limit that to a certain amount until we take care of the people that's already reserved. Okay. I do have 2 more loads promised to me coming in. What the numbers are going to be, I'm not 100% sure of it. Hopefully they come in here with 2 times more than they told me they were going to. If they did, everybody's going to get skipjack on ice. Everybody. Okay? So, we're going to do everything we can to do it. The chub situation is I do feel like we've got plenty of chubs to supply everyone. We've got good goldfish, huge goldfish.
Huge goldfish.
So, yeah. So I really feel okay about our bait situation right now. And like I say, as we sit here right now, I've got 2 suppliers that are supposed to be making loads to me, and I feel pretty good about it. I don't think anybody's going to go away unhappy.
Oh,
and,
I don't
and,
think
yeah,
so.
and all of our bait's going to be fairly fresh. I mean, there's nothing in the store right now that's over 7 days old. And then we are going to be getting, like I said, 2 more loads in that we're going to get rid of what's on ice. Me and my son Brandon, we've been bagging skipjack almost every night this week, just trying to keep them fresh, you know. And so we've been doing everything we can. We've been doing everything we can. We want everybody to have bait.
That's
I
true.
stopped by and got 6 this morning. I left mine at the hotel, and every cut was dark maroon blood, just like I liked it. Nice, thick, you know. So it's really good quality skipjack. And
Good. That's good to hear because you know the way the way we've done it. We actually had this skipjack brought in on ice from out of town, and I'm skeptical of that, you know, but the people that have been using it say it's working fine, it's working great. So the good thing about it is we know it was a day, 2 days on ice when it got here, and we did not let it sit around on ice and in the water. We went on and got it frozen to try to take care of it. But now what we can get in today and then tomorrow, you know, you guys are gonna set it up real quick. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
it's good quality, and it's fresh. From the ones I got this morning, I know for sure.
All right. Well, folks, if you need any tackle, if you're coming to Masterzoni, Ohio, give Jim and Sheila a call. Brandon, they'll have everything you need. They'll take care of you when you get here. If you need hooks, if you need sinkers, if you need bait, if you need license, they have got the hookup on everything that you're going to need to fish the Masterzoni, Ohio. Jim, thank you again
Thank
for
you guys,
everything.
Chuck.
And
Good luck to you guys, Lyle.
we could sure use a little luck.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, you know, I wish I could go down there and give you guys a guided tour, but I just can't do it.
That's
you know?
okay.
I
Maybe
just don't
next
know
year.
what- Maybe next year. Yeah.
He's going to be auctioning off the Aaron Wheatley signature photo of him holding that big blue cat in there later. So
All
Well,
right.
I told somebody I'd pay them to take that off my wall. I'm tired of looking at it.
it's an original. It's got Aaron Wheatley signature.
Yeah, your signature on it. And he told me when he hung it up there, this is worth $200. Okay.
To who?
Yeah, hey, it was good seeing you guys.
All right.
Let
Thanks,
me know if
Jim.
you need anything while you're here.
You bet. Hey, Claude, you and Ryan got a minute? I can scoot over a little bit.
What's happening, Chuck? All right, man. How you doing, man?
Claude Reynolds and Ryan Moran from Cincinnati, Ohio. You don't get much better than that, do you?
No, Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Yeah.
How about the Cubs play?
Say again.
They have played there, haven't they?
Yeah, yeah.
Good to see you guys. You have a safe trip?
Oh, yeah.
Good, good. Get your bait.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
You
we
got
got,
coordinates you can give me for a place to fish?
yeah, I don't know if you can make it there, though.
Y'all been out pre-fishing?
Yeah, we went this morning. Did some scouting, found some areas. Went to check out, found some fish. Didn't do any pre-fishing per se, but we did went along just to kind of search around, see if they worked out what we were looking at.
Y'all plan on staying on this pool, or y'all gonna make long runs, or what's your plan?
We're gonna make a long run. We fished in this pool last year. We found fish, caught some fish, but just different areas that I think produce a little better fish. So we're gonna try those out.
That's a good plan. Just put all your eggs in one basket and go with your gut, because your gut's always right most of the time. And the biggest mistake I've ever made was change my plan. And
Yeah.
every time I've ever changed my plan and went away from my gut feeling, it totally was, went bad. I mean, every time. So, every time I followed that gut, and I'm not ever on top of the leaderboard, week after week, but it turns out as good as I expected most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took time. I think I went a 3-hour drive from my place. Got fresh bait. I figured, if we're going out with it, we might as well have everything and go all out on everything with it.
Go
We
big
get
or
all
go
fresh.
home.
Yeah.
That's right.
We
You
get all
got to,
fresh
you're going to
bait.
be fishing against, close to 400 of the best catfishermen in the United States. So fresh bait,
Good equipment.
a variety of baits.
You don't want no dull hooks. You know, none of that stuff. You want to have your game plan in order.
Get them leaders tied up right. Like check them knots. If you've had your leaders sitting around in a Ziploc bag for a while, make fresh ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is no tournament to have any shortcuts.
No.
Because it's going to take one little mistake and you lose that big fish, and it's a broken heart.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we've been there before. That'd be a bad deal if it happened here.
No, this is the last place you want to have
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
definitely left.
You know, they have Daytona and they have the World Series and they have the Super Bowl, and we got Monsters on Ohio.
Yeah,
And that's what it is.
it is.
And-
Exactly right.
There may be bigger tournaments down the road in catfishing's future, but this is the place when it comes around. This is where everybody wants to be.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It really is. Well, listen, guys, thank you so much. Good luck in the tournament. If you got any extra bait, I'd be glad to take it off your
I
hands.
bet you would.
Great to see you guys. We'll be
Appreciate it.
seeing you later
Yeah,
on
good
tonight.
luck to you guys.
You
We'll be
bet.
seeing you all later on.
All right, we're going to shut this down, take a little break, and we'll be right back in about 15 or 20 minutes.